Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to this waning night. I'm your host, Moon, just a nerdy girl doing nerdy things and sometimes even moony things. Tonight, we're back with some more Genshin Impact. And tonight, if you haven't read the title already, we will be playing Navia's story quest tonight. A little fun fact, Navia was my very first limited 5-star character since I started playing Genshin. So I think it's about time I do her story quest. Oh, I'm running out of these things. But yeah, I hope everyone's been having a pretty good day, night, whatever time it is. And weaving the tides together. All right. Okay, what's the easiest way to get there, I wonder? Oh, Navia! I was just eating dinner, so if my voice sounds a little funny.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
Navia!
That voice! It's Navia!
How are you?
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
Oh, no plans in particular. We're just getting our daily dose of adventuring in.
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of.
All right. That's good to hear, though. Progress is progress.
Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
Isn't the Spina de Rosula affected too? Did you really be the ones offering compensation?
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well.
Okay.
Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date.
Oh.
Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time, though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
And then?
And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
Mood.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Let Paimon see! Wait! There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols. This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Oh, that seems right up your alley, Paimon.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Maybe just write out each item next time?
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you know for nothing.
That you do.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Well, as long as you're not pushing yourself.
So you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, Actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, want to come with me and check out the town for yourself?
Yeah, why not?
You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
Nope.
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
I'd be interested in taking a look.
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
Sure, sounds good to me.
All right, follow me. I'll take you there. The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
Ah, yes, safety first.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
Huh. Spina di Ursula was one of the main sponsors for the construction, right?
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub, so there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head.
Well, something that big also wouldn't have just been his call. Perhaps the rest of the Spina didn't see a point in having a 4th line?
But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Paimon, please.
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out. It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, Paimon, sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
Paimon!
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws.
Oh, that's sweet.
My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes, I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart.
Aww.
Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
Do you miss them? Luce and Silver?
Always. But no matter what, we can't change the past.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up.
Well, if you ever need a moment to not be the president, I'm right here for you.
We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new poisson.
Navia, do you think she's doing all right?
She seems to be managing, but she seems to always have to cope with one thing or another.
Okay, Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
Into Poisson. Alright. Let's go. Don't overwork yourself, Navia.
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
Is it from Luce and Silver?
So basically, we've
Aww.
been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as Callus the Unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him.
Yes, but now that we've cleared his name, we can do it.
But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus and everything they did.
Did Navia be featured with them too?
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
More? When you've already done so much?
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
Mm-hmm.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol. Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people.
Well, if that's what you think, it'll just be a matter of time.
Thanks Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me.
Alrighty. What are you doing?
Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callis, and I'll be Clementine.
Aren't I a little short for this?
Didn't you say on the boat that Callis and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent, let's grab some reference shots.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
Okay.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas?
Shouldn't you be running this show?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Happy pose or looking out into the distance? I think looking out into the distance.
Ah, by that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate. Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callis look too tall next to the lady.
Really?
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
Why don't we strike a happy pose?
A happy pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
I don't think that.
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
I'm gonna assume none of these compositions are gonna work.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs? That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
Okay, then let's try something imposing?
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
Oh, that looks nice.
This pose! It makes me recall Spina di Rosula's glorious golden age.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Damn.
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. let's try to come up with something else.
Mm-mm. Oh.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Ugh, you and me both.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! Oh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
And she always believed that her father, Jack, was a good person.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
Hey, at least this way we got some cool pictures.
Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
Just like Navia said.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home.
So what got you put into the Fortress of Meripede, if you don't mind my asking?
You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is?
Let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago.
For what exactly?
But, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Oh yeah, you came straight from the Meripede to here. Ooh, buddy, we got some things to fill you up on.
Have you not heard anything at all about the water from the primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
We just followed Navia's lead.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice, nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
Stop! Please!
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
No, dude. No. They got dissolved in primordial seawater. And then using their last bits of consciousness to themselves, they saved Navia from the same fate. I'm about to start crying.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Malus and Melissa, dead. They're just gone?
How long have you been in the fortress, dude?
Malus. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Hey, keep it together.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Oh, let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of what's happened. That's gotta be a lot to come back to. You just got out of prison. You run straight to the only home you know. Excited to see all the people you missed, just to find out that a lot of them are gone. And that's the sucky part about it. Navia explains everything that has happened recently to Coulter.
All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
Had I not personally experienced all those events, would have found them very hard to believe too.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
Vache.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Romeu?
Romu?
Huh. Not a name I've heard before either.
Hmm?
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines.
Ah, this again.
Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
That couldn't have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion.
Which was?
They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
Oh.
So, they thought she had betrayed them?
Ew. Well, in terms of, an impartial third party, yeah, it's hard to be an impartial third. It's hard to be seen as an impartial third party when that third party is carrying the child of one of the first or second parties.
But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
Damn, I didn't realize there was so much drama regarding these Aquabus lines.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
Huh. I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Ooh, that is true.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
I might just be, I don't know why I'm suspecting Coulter now, but maybe it's because I've seen so many, I'm grieving the loss of these people, but it turns out I was the cause. I think I've seen that a little too much in from Fontaine character story quest. I don't know. Because like you're bringing up an entirely new individual and faction that it turns out like they used to be part of the Spina, they broke off. There's very much bad blood between the two. I'll just, you're a new person. I'll just keep my options open.
Ah, in that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Oh, of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
We want to see Adele cheer up.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Okay, relax with Coulter as you head to the Court of Fontaine. It's like, I'll keep my suspicions responsibly, you know? Just in case. Gotta watch out for my girl Navia. She's been through a lot.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
All right. Yeah, we'll walk. It's not too far.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callis was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard.
Oh, really?
And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
I don't really think that's a bad thing, though.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Ooh, your macarons?
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
Should I go get some?
Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
Oh, for you, Navia, it's nothing.
We should contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she should have some stuff on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay. Give the wheat and sweet flowers. Navia.
Ah, how did it go? Did you find the ingredients? You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Navia bakes a batch of macarons with her usual gusto.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
It's baking, Paimon.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
You really want to poach me from the Adventurers Guild, huh?
Was it that obvious? I just thought you would be a great fit, that's all.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long.
Hi, Sans. Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight?
Tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Navia's right.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
Well, I'm glad you're doing good.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
What is it, Sans? Chicken butt?
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water, in celebration of this moment.
Nuvi would be proud. Huh? Thought I heard something just now. Was it a small critter?
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
Ooh, sushi! Yum! I actually had Korean corn dogs for dinner. Cheers!
May your travels go smoothly, may the Spina continue to grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time. All set? Let's move out then. I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able to pick it up right away.
No, it can't be Chiori, could it? Because, I mean... No, she wasn't a character released by the time Navia's story quest came out, so... I don't think it's Chiori. I don't think so. Yeah.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle.
Alright, have fun, Sans!
Are you here for the uniform?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Mm-hmm. That's just who she is.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, She became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa, so as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well.
Okay, who the hell are you and why are you spying on us?
But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
The two of you are really contended with similar circumstances.
Yeah, you could say that.
I see you. I see your
By uncovering
ass.
the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time. She said that she wanted to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive. She can commit to us once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
So I wasn't just hearing things.
Is something up, Traveler?
Follow me. Someone's tailing us.
Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Stop right there!
Stop.
We knew you were going to be difficult!
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Oh.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take them out!
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Feeling lucky? Feeling lucky?
Bow your head.
Crumble apart!
My gosh.
Now, talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
Recognize your situation and don't entertain any fantasies of escape. We've got people all above and we have got people above and down below as well.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula.
For what?
We were discovered, and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much!
I would advise you to calm the fuck down.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day. Too bad you guys messed up ours first.
You're lying.
Huh?
You followed us all the way here. There's more to this.
You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway. Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew.
Yeah, she's not her dad.
I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it. Come on, let's go.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
We're gonna tail them instead.
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either. If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
An eye for an eye makes the world go blind.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeo's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Well, don't worry, you got me in your corner.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we've sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. It's getting late already, so why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
I'm on.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Oh, sounds fun.
Huh. That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing too.
The Sanja. I am butchering the name. Apologies. You know, I just heard it being said.
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court.
Huh.
He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Sure.
Yep. Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Cendre? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all.
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
All right. Let's sit inside and wait for the banquet to begin. Where you've reached.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
You enjoy a fantastic meal as well as a wonderful performance. As things slowly die down, you turn your room with Paimon and soon you hear a knock.
Are you asleep yet?
Navia? Did something happen?
Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest. Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything.
Oh, you're good.
Don't worry. You don't have to do any actual fishing if you're too tired. Just think of it as keeping me company. How does that sound?
Of course.
Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
Okay, so let me just go here. Don't mind them a little, wet, Navia. I just came from Newbie's office.
How can you call this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
Automation is more efficient.
That's how I feel as well. To me, I'm happy as long as I catch some fish.
Ugh, I wish I had an automated rod. I just set one down and have it do all the fishing for me.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
Thank you, Paimon. You're making me on too.
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my family.
That's a thing?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina.
Your mother?
My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say. My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood.
Aw.
All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Malouse and Silver were always there too.
Aw.
No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Malouse come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
Aw. All this must still be really hard for you, Navia.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight.
It's okay. It seems like you kind of need to talk about it.
Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
You want Paimon to help too?
You can stay a little farther away if you don't want to drown again. After some time, you finally manage to reel in the prized catch together. For the rest of the night, your rod continues to rush up catch after catch, while for some reason, Navia can't seem to hook a single fish. Navia is quite upset about her bad luck, but it's only when you begin to head back to Poisson that Paimon discovers the real reason to the mystery why she didn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Oh, Navia. Oh.
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day! We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Ah.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
Damn, I was right to suspect him.
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure. Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
All right, go to bed. I had a great time today.
See you tomorrow, Navia.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow. So how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar. Get it?
Paimon, please! Have you been spending time with Sino?
Huh.
And just where did you get that from?
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
See? This guy gets it!
Sino would get it too.
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Me three. Back to Poisson. Damn. I can't believe I was right. You trust your gut.
We're back! We brought you a gift from the court, too.
Always trust your gut, folks.
Whoa! Thank you so much, boss!
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
It's been a while!
Hello again.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine. You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
You're really amazing! And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too! What's in this thing? Can I look?
Of course. Go ahead.
Oh, it's a Spina di Rosula uniform! Is it for me? But isn't it a bit big?
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed. But it's the Spina's responsibility to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So, I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it. Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
Oh, take your time. Take your time.
But you can't really grow up faster by working hard. You've got to be patient.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
Boss!
Ah, here we go.
Huh? Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent to report. Romeu and his folks have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
Excuse me?
What? Explosives? What do they want?
It seems like they've been planning this for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeu and his folks must have gotten wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them.
Mm-hmm.
We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
They have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
Wait, could that mean?
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeu and his followers hate the Spina, and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson!
We've got to stop their dumbasses.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by. We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople, and get them as far away from the entrance as possible. That should save them from the worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
My dear partner, can I leave the Clementine line to you?
Yes.
If the explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger,
Oh!
any Aquabuses using the line would
No!
plummet to the ground.
Thank you for the raid. Ferdinand Von, go fuck yourself. Okay. So you had fun playing Three Houses. How was that? Oh. Yes. Let me. If anyone doesn't know Kurame Arts, be sure to follow him. Ooh. Great guy, great artist, good friend. Man did not want to dodge, kill, or crit. Damn. Man, he must have really gotten your ire. But yeah. Currently I am playing Navia Story Quest. Just found out there was some beef between some former members, and I just learned, I didn't know that there was 3 Aquabus lines and they were all named after Navia, Callus, and her mom Clementine. What's up, Kuro? Oh, yeah, that is sweet. And what I'm talking about is, I got a It's a specialty drink for the season, but it is a caramel apple milk tea. It's quite delicious. So you did notice the joke. For a second, I thought that went over your head. And here I was talking about Paimon making Sino-type jokes. Yes, it's very good, very sweet. Oh, funny story. While I was at the boba place, 'cause this is from a boba shop, I pulled out a little stamp card. Like this particular stamp card is like, oh, you get enough stamps, you get a free drink. When I gave the stamp card to like the cashier, they were like, they looked at one of their coworkers as like, this is before my time. What is this? And then the other cashier was like, oh, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I was like, oh no, is it still is it still viable? Can I still use this? And they're like, oh, we do. We just don't have the stamp anymore. And then they asked me how long I had my little stamp card. And it's definitely been more than a year. Definitely been more than a year. I don't go there too often, but whenever like I'm in the area and I'm like, I'm craving like a specialty drink. Maybe I'm craving a little bit of boba. Because I'm okay with boba. Sometimes I crave boba, but like I don't, like even when I do get it, I don't get too much in my drink.
Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
Got it.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Watch out, boss! What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeo too?
Oh, you didn't see it coming, Navia? Oh. Oh.
I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas.
Like seriously, if you got beef with Callus, leave it with the man is dead. Leave Navia alone. Like goddamn.
And that's because out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
Oh, okay. Okay, your beef is with Navia. Okay.
You better stick close to me.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move.
Okay, what's your beef with Navia?
Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question.
Wait. I'm spitballing here? I'm spitballing here. What if Coulter was like in love with Clementine and he blames Navia for her death? There's my spitball.
You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia.
Okay, I might be half right.
Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Melusan Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
Okay, aren't you blaming Navia for a little bit too goddamn much? Okay, unfortunately, childbirth is dangerous. Like, even with, like, technology today, like I know, like, the technological differences in, like, you know, Teyvat is, like, very different from, like, you know, ours, but, like, childbirth is very dangerous. I want to go hug my mother now. For one. What father wouldn't protect his daughter from being used as an experiment and dying? What father wouldn't protect his daughter the only way he could have at the time? Blame Vache for that shit. Blame Vache for Callus. Malus and Silver, they died trying to save people in Poisson. Do not blame Navia for any of this shit. Oh, Aru! I'm so sorry. No, because I'm like so pissed off right now. Welcome to the stream. I'm actually, like, I'm kind of crying, like, angry tears right now, because, like... Because you can't blame Navia for any of this. But I hope you, I'm glad you enjoyed, the Shaloted story quest. I also really liked it. Slaving away from yeah, you gotta get now that they're added, I don't know if they'll continue this like going forth like with Snezhnaya and any other expansions to the map, but I hope that this does continue, but I do like that you're actually being rewarded for doing the exploration. Yeah, like, this was so BS against Navia. Let me attack that damn NPC. No, like, let me just go through the screen, like, let me just give him a good old-fashioned knuckle sandwich. No, because none of this was Navia's fault. Okay? Childbirth is dangerous. What good father wouldn't try to protect his daughter? Malus and Silver were victims of the prophecy. And they died trying to save the people of Poisson. And then they used their oceanid bodies to save Navia. We also made sure we have time and don't have to rush within 2 or 3 patches. So yeah, it's really nice. Like, I think you have 2 patches to get the exploration rewards for this portion of Natlan. And then I believe in 5.2, we're going to get another expansion. We're not getting an Archon quest, if I remember correctly. We're not getting an Archon quest for 5.2. So I'm assuming 5.2, they're going to expand the map. We can do the story quests of the other, for the other tribes. And then in 5.3, we will conclude Natlan's story, Natlan's main story. Really excited about that, but also, like, I've been also seeing some things here and there where people are like, oh yeah, Snezhnaya is going to be coming out next year, and I'm just like, wait, what? What? Yeah, because you need to max out your reputation level for each of the tribes in order to get the wings. Those wings look fire. Pun not intended, but still.
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened, and resolving to apologize to Malus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aqua bus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you.
Again, you are conflating a lot of circumstances with Navia. She's a victim in all of this.
I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin?
Thanks for the look, darling Haru.
Single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful.
Pasta.
Everything I've ever loved.
Yeah, enjoy that pasta. Enjoy that pasta, Haru.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Yeah, I'm right, he's spouting nonsense.
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything
shut your
worthy,
mouth.
that you're just
Shut
a
your
big
mouth.
nothing?
Shut your mouth.
Have you ever considered that maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you?
Shut
but
up,
only
that's just
because
you.
They have such beautiful memories of the past before you came.
Damn it.
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was.
Yeah. Navia's our king and queen.
But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Yes, Navia, it is. Don't doubt it just because this asshole has got some unwarranted beef with you.
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia.
Yes, Adele.
My mom loves her too.
Yes, Adele. Let's hear it one more time.
Shut your mouth! Shut your mouth! I don't know how to explain it, but I like her, and that's that.
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now. You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, we about to pop off? Oh, yes, we are.
Coming at ya! Umbrella warfare, I guess! Hiya!
You ain't shit. You ain't shit, Coulter.
Nah! Nah! Feeling lucky?
Bro,
Hiya! Fire!
you didn't even last the whole fight.
With Ross. Ha! Nah! Feeling lucky?
Fuck the Florent. I don't want to talk to his ass. Let's just beat him up.
Laurent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly, and don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
I don't know, but I have to go.
A short while earlier, you and Paimon dashed to the entrance of Poisson.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars.
Reach the target within 108 seconds. I don't really have to, like, light these dudes right here, right? I can just...
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Be sanctified.
These must be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable
Looks
it?
like we need a key.
Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
What's this?
Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for?
Could it be some kind of keyhole?
Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
Although, since we don't know what the keyhole is for, there's a chance us putting the key in could activate the...
Oh, you found it! That's amazing!
I really hope this doesn't set the bomb off.
That should do it, right? Navia and Florent should be able to relax now.
We should still check out the perimeter just in case.
Oh, you're right. They could have set explosives elsewhere, too.
And let's take the key with us so they can't reactivate it. No, take the key!
They're gonna bury Poisson!
Damn, traveler!
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Okay, Geo Queen.
Navia, you can't block them all!
Block. I'm doing this the Spina way.
Let's go, Queen! Reverse! Reversed! That was sick. That was sick. Okay? Your burst is canon.
I heard from Chiori that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them. Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to.
Retweet.
Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
Leave
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time.
You look a little pale. Are you feeling a bit fatigued?
It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeu really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all, too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Ah, got it. That's good, at least.
Oh. Hold on. Can you two just look away for, like, 5 seconds and, like, cover your ears while I, like, punch this guy into next week?
Coulter. I can understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not Callus, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula. But once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Really, Navia? This dude tried to kill you. I would ban him from Poisson. He doesn't deserve to set foot in Poisson again.
Thank you, Navia.
She's a sweetheart.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
Like, you're better than me, Navia. I would have banned his ass from Poisson.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person. Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon.
Oh, right. Because that's the line that goes to the research institute and that explosion. Oh, okay.
If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Hey, Navi, you want a hug? I'm right here for you.
Just give her some time.
It's okay. Everything's fine now. And I'll get you back to Poisson.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength left.
Of course.
Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course I do.
Of course.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
Man, Navia's just been a victim.
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me.
Yeah. It was a little weird to be true. I guess it's because I've never heard you doubt yourself before.
I used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
That's okay. Everyone has their weak moments.
Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Definitely.
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Oh, is it the statue?
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
You put her in the statue anyway, didn't you? That's my guess. I'm guessing. I'm guessing for put her in a statue anyway. Ooh, or like, yeah, she's gonna be incorporated in the statue somehow. I'm calling it.
Why is everyone gathered here? And what's this?
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished. But special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before. So I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
You got hurt emotionally and then expended a lot of elemental energy. I don't want to say you look bad, but like, you definitely need rest.
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
I'm gonna cry. I called it, but
This is... Papa, Mother, and me.
I'm gonna cry.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Yeah, she is the son of Fontaine.
Wow. This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working. We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
Aww.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callis and Mrs. Clementine? Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
That's so sweet.
We are gathered here today to tell our boss that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
I will also always believe in the bond between us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
Stop, that's so sweet.
It seems like I started to question myself a bit too much. I'll pick myself up again and become a more reliable president for all of you. Looking back on it, I'm honestly embarrassed by how I acted earlier.
Right, about this lovely gift from the townspeople.
I'm sure everyone longs for that one thing in life that seems trivial to others, but they themselves can never obtain. To me, that would be a family portrait. I've always been super jealous of other people's family photos.
Oh, you've got a family statue on the way.
I've never thought I'd receive a family portrait of my own. Especially not like this. It seems like I'm not such an unlucky person after all. It seems like I start looking back on it.
About Clementine?
I'm honest, I've thought about it before. Though my mother only wanted me to live a happy life, that's actually a tall order as well. In practice, it's just as hard to achieve my father's expectations for me.
From what are the first smiles that we're allowed to cry? She really is beautiful and wonderful. Yes, she is. I'm so happy she was my very first limited 5-star. I'm honored. I'm honored that you came home on my first 50-50. Thank you, Navia.
Even though my parents had very different personalities, they always had a lot of respect for each other. The Aquabus project was a monumental project that stood to benefit all of Fontaine. It would have been a little close-minded to assess or evaluate it only from the perspective of the clan.
Friggin' hell. I hope we can see more of Navia in the future. Like maybe if we have another like event centered around Fontaine, if we see her.
I think that's probably why she didn't step in to mediate or oppose the building of the lines. It seems
All
like
right.
looking back on it, I'm honest. Oh, whoa. Why'd you have to remind me? Please don't say that again. It's super embarrassing for me. Oh, forget it now. Please forget that I ever said anything. Oh, wait. But it'd also be bad if you were to forget it. Okay, but please keep it a secret between us from now on. Please don't ever mention it again.
Yes, ma'am. I won't mention it. Does this stay in Spina in the Spina? Like forever? I hope so. If not. Wait, can I hide the characters? Oh, that'll just hide. Alpha pose? What? I'll just do that for now. I took so many pictures here. Like, I don't know if this is gonna stay here. I don't know if this is gonna stay here. So sweet. Navia, I'm so happy for you. I'm glad. Hi, kitty. Why can't we pet the cats? I just want to pet the cats in the overworld. Oh my gosh. We only got to pet the cats in that one event. Ugh. Oh. Yeah, no? I'm not really, Should I continue or should I end it here? And by continue, I guess if I were to play, well, I've got three story quests left in my arsenal. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. So how about this? How about I let chat decide? All right. Let's make it quick. Let's make it a quick 2-minute one. So, I've got a few story quests left. I have Dea's, Baiju's, and Chiori's. Why don't you guys decide? Because again, I'm feeling pretty good. I think I have the energy to do another story quest. Because yeah, Navia's wasn't too long. It was short and sweet. It didn't overstay its welcome. Oh, kind of embarrassing in my hell of a backlog. I've done none of them, so I've got no input. That's fine, Aru. That's totally fine. Well, if I've got a backlog, it's definitely the hangout events. It's definitely the hangout events. I just haven't been motivated to do too many of them since I already got. Oh, you notice something very interesting about the characters I have done. They're all guys I like. They're all guys I like. Yeah, that's the reason why I got those done so quickly. Is because I like those guys a lot. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Let's go with. Oh yeah, speaking of, like, we're still getting story quests pretty regularly. But hangout events have been like non-existent. Like, I don't think there's been not one new hangout event since I started playing Genshin last December. I think that's kind of crazy. Like, hello? Like, I know I haven't personally done too many of the hangout events, but like, hello? All right, looks like it's a Geo night tonight. All right. Well then, I guess we can see what happens. Oh. Let me talk about tonight. Looks like Chiori won, so we shall be playing Chiori story quest now. All right, let me just... Yeah, she did design Navia's clothes. All right. Alright. Let's get into it. Oh, I hope your move goes well, Aru. Well, if you're multitasking, well, I hope I can provide some, you know, just some background noise as you either pack things up or put things away into your new place.
Look at that! Roadside signs as far as the eye can see!
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what they're for. Fontaine Fashion Week? Ooh, why don't we go check out some of the shops? Maybe we can pick up some cool new clothes.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, here's a grievance I have. Let Traveler have skins. Let the Traveler have skins. Okay. Same with Star Rail. I want Trailblazer to get skins as well.
Is this really okay?
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori.
You know, looking at the back of her hair, I wonder how long Chiori's hair actually is, considering she's got like 3 of those like hair buns.
I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chiori boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today?
Perhaps it's because of Fontaine Fashion Week.
Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule of business is to always keep your promises. Now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face, I can tell that may be a little difficult for you.
Oh, I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? It is mine, after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design, or perhaps some ready-to-wear outfits for kids?
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
We actually wanted to ask about Fontaine Fashion Week.
Oh, that. Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts have paid off.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun. But it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year, after all.
I wonder if they'll ever make Fontaine Fashion Week an event somehow.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders as soon as the main show ends. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous Fashion Week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
But from a business perspective, it's always good to market.
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision and creative direction. Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought.
Indeed it is.
All that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chiori designs at the show?
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics to arrive.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Ugh, something like that. Yes.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the way?
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Oh yeah, that's right. You also designed Kirara's clothes.
Excuse me. Coming through. Coming through.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm really sorry.
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about.
Oh, hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while.
It has indeed.
Wait a second. This is the second time that you've seen me flub a delivery job now, isn't it? Oh, you somehow always happen to catch me off my game, huh?
Wait, I know I was just looking, but do you have a hangout event? Is that how your hangout event starts?
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Your tails.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
All right. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komani Express. It was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
So it was a targeted hit?
I got the sense that they were actually targeting Chiori's goods.
My fabric shipment?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Nice.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. You've got other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you? Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Huh? Well...
Kirara, your tails.
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me, so I spent a bit of time investigating. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chiori Boutique's delivery.
And who might this person be?
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get injured, and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
Oh no, that's the principle of it now.
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
All right. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Oh, I was gonna say Uther. It's Uter. Okay.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
So you both know this Uter guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable as possible.
Oh, so he's like a business rival.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square. Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To confront the problem.
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Chiori! Wait!
And she's gone.
Oh no. What should we do?
Make some popcorn, then go and watch.
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
I think we should be more worried about Uter.
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fiery temper, I'm just worried whatever she's about to do will feel negative publicity about her right before the start of Fashion Week. Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As a formal employee of Komonia Express, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to get involved.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
When they talk about tonight. Who catch up with Chiori? Oh. Oh, yeah. Definitely use that teleport. It's like right there. Oh, Chevreuse! Oh, it's good to see you again.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer? Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Chevreuse, we meet again.
Are you out on patrol? Has everything been going well?
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made.
Let's go!
I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
And you absolutely killed it.
So, did something happen?
Indeed it did. I'll need you to come with me.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure?
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend. I'm about to go teach him a lesson.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the Special Patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do anything too out of line.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this person?
Follow me.
Ooh, Chiori is on a war path, and I'm here for it. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that. This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a chat with him.
Oh, we can't leave you alone with him.
You know, Chevreuse, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us.
lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
Kind of similarly to the way D-Luke uses Angel Share as a way to get information about Mondstadt.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Huh, Paimon gets it now?
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself. So, who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Huh? Uter, you say?
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a warning due to his behavior. So he's back at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Damn!
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Sure, but why?
He's about to come flying through those doors, isn't he?
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again.
And expecting a different result. I think you're talking about insanity.
It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Lay off the dirty tricks. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Chiori?
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please, officer, you've got to do something!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence. You don't mind, do you? There's nothing in there that would implicate you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
Forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Oh.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future, especially out in the open like this.
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
Damn!
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just go flying out like that?
Ah, such a graceful arc.
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing anything too out of line?
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I said. And I think I kept to that. I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse. If anything, he kept running his mouth with insults and threats.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Probably.
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg. It's the only way to get him to stop.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And he denied that he ever had anything to do with those bandits. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to continue delivering goods for me, the least I can do is guarantee her safety. Oh, that reminds me. There is another favor I'd like to ask of you today.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your favor quota for the day.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking an advance on tomorrow's quota then.
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours.
Return to Chiori Boutique. Man, Chiori means business. You don't fuck with her friends.
We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time. Oh, please tell me nothing bad happened.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know is that you'll never have to worry about someone in Fontaine messing with your deliveries again.
Sorry, Chiori. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy bandits are to blame, along with a certain someone who doesn't know when to lay off the petty tricks. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rusula can take the second half. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navia, I'll give her a heads up in a bit.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards. Or ones with sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think this is a bit much?
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing, for my own peace of mind. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Since she's already talked to the patrol, just think of it as a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of situation.
Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then I guess it's fine.
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say if suppliers are super important.
But of course. They supply us designers with funding, equipment, factory access. You have to work with them if you want to become a truly renowned fashion house. That's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty and so nice to wear. I can't help but brag about them to my customers whenever I get the chance.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chiori brand, yes?
Well... I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to, it's only natural that some people from other nations haven't heard of it.
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori brand renowned throughout all of Teyvat.
Oh, I'm sure you can do it.
All of it? Your business would have to get pretty huge then.
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiori branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every time I need to get them patched up.
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful with them. They're already about as durable as I can make them.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can't help it. It's hard to be careful about that sort of thing when you're trying to take a nice nap in a tree.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Is there anything we can do to help out with Fashion Week?
I'm sure I could think of something.
Ooh, what is it? What is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put, you'll serve as my living mannequins.
Traveler in a new outfit, please.
Oh, so we get to try on some of your clothes? Got it!
Seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
Do you need us for the runway too?
No need. We've already booked the models for that. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see if anything catches your eye. I'll even give you a special discount.
Sweet. It's a shame we won't be able to use it as a skin.
Ooh, sounds great! Paimon was just starting to get curious about all this design stuff.
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear, Traveler, and I don't know. Paimon here will show off some kids' designs. I'll see you both tomorrow then.
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids' clothes? Paimon told you already she's not a little kid.
Sure act like one.
Speaking of clothes, do yours happen to need any mending right now, Kirara?
Well, since you asked, Chiori, there's this part around my waist.
Oh, need a bit of letting out around the middle.
No! It's a tear. Those bad guys did it.
Wait until 6 to 10 tomorrow morning. Yes, I'm waiting out here, outside your shop, for hours and hours. Because I'm that excited to wear your clothes.
Did you read the paper today?
Chiori, we're here!
You're here early. I haven't even opened the shop yet.
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Yep, with the special patrol. Bright and early.
Did everything go all right on the road?
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with Kirara in the center, you'd think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself.
Let's go!
They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. Kirara won't so much as step on a single stray rock on her journey. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirara. An excellent souvenir to remember Fontaine by, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Navia really got into it.
My thoughts exactly. She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to prepare something even fancier. I'm pretty sure she can't wait for another escort opportunity to come her way.
You know, now that you mention Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you are actually pretty similar. You say what you mean, and when you have an idea, you really hit the ground running.
Geo Queens.
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. No matter what comes her way, she never bows down in the face of adversity. That sort of determination and courage is something I really admire. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she first mentioned commissioning an outfit from my boutique, well, I'm sure you can imagine my excitement.
And you absolutely killed it.
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society who wear said clothes. People like to copy the styles of those they look up to.
Ooh, those are some pretty kimonos in the back. Oh my god.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes to look cute.
You know, I like that Chiori has, like, her style seems to be like a mix of Inazuma and Fontaine designs. Very nice, very nice.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Especially if you've got your sights set on a market the size of Teyvat. Well, would you look at the time?
Oh yeah! Come on, let's get down to business. We're here to model.
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve some fabrics and sample outfits. Why don't you help me set up the shop displays in the meantime?
Set them up? How exactly?
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and styles. This way, we can guarantee that the customers will see something different every day.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
Well, I'm not really...
So, we just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
Okay, the men's formal select. Oh, okay. Okay.
Not bad. You might just have an eye for design.
Don't say that. Don't lie to me, Chiori. Okay, don't lie.
Anyway, let's move on to the real task at hand. Over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been recently?
Not too bad.
Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball. Or did you come here today because you'd like to make a new request, perhaps?
Oh, no. Nothing like that, Miss Chiori. To be honest, I came here today to cancel my order for that gown.
Cancel your order?
But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used.
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. Did something happen, Leanne? Have your plans changed?
Are you being forced into this?
It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you. I'll take note of the cancellation.
Thank you. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now? Wonder why she wouldn't tell us why she was canceling her order.
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel, no one to take you to the ball. I've pretty much heard it all. Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing the truth to us. It's best not to pry.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work on Fashion Week, right?
That's true. Come, let's pick up where we left off.
Is Miss Chiori in?
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this item.
Oh, could I ask why?
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a refund if I wasn't satisfied, so that's why I'm here.
Is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short, or is the color too dark? I can always make those adjustments for you.
Oh, no need. You don't have to concern yourself with that. I'd just like that refund, please.
Okay, this is getting really sus.
And I'd be happy to process that for you. If you could just tell me the cause of your dissatisfaction.
Is Chiori here? I'd like to return my outfit.
Another one?
Yeah, something's up.
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse, maybe? What does the prophecy say this time? You'll be spared if you get rid of all your clothes? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this one day to come and return my clothes. What is going on?
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of dirty criminals.
Please calm down, sir.
What is he talking about?
Haven't you heard? Chiori boutique has been exposed for having close ties with criminals. It's all over the papers.
And just who is it that dares to throw that accusation around?
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from underground factories, aren't they?
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. I've already proved there's nothing wrong with them. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now. Spare yourself from that flood of yours. Or have you not been convinced of that one just yet?
You...
Elof!
Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them why. We'll refund them at the purchase price.
Alright.
And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Chiori.
These rumors. Uter.
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. No need to worry about them. I'm sure they'll go away on their own in a few days. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best response right now is to tune it out and focus on finalizing my designs.
If you say so, but Paimon still can't help but worry.
Smells like Uter.
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself. There will be no doubt about the quality of my work once my new designs are released. The public just has to see it for themselves.
Miss Chiori, bad news!
Oh, for the love of... Can a woman not get a moment of peace to do her work? Go on. What's the matter now?
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer be able to supply us during Fashion Week.
What? No accessories? Not even the ones we pre-ordered?
Yes, that's what their messenger said.
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll probably pull out as well.
Even the suppliers believe those nasty rumors?
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So, no accessories means no brooches, no bow ties, things like that?
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread, all the elements that lend life and soul to my designs.
But if you take those away, does that mean you won't be able to make your designs at all?
Alof, you stay and watch the shop. I'll go talk to the supplier myself.
We'll go with you. Maybe we'll be able to find out what happened.
Yeah, and we can vouch for you too. We'll make sure your supplier knows there's nothing wrong with your clothes.
Thank you. In that case, please come with me.
I know Miss Chiori has put a lot of work into making Fashion Week a success. I hope you can talk things through with the supplier.
Yeah, me too. But where is the supplier? Okay. Over here.
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners, especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Yeah, doing it with your, beating up your business partners is not a good look. Your rivals, however.
Who is it?
Venger, it's Chiori. We've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow me a face-to-face conversation.
Straightforward as always, I see. You know, there are certain conventions people usually follow if they want to seek someone's company. Sending a messenger, for example.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire a messenger when I can just explain things in person?
Have you read the papers today?
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation. Maybe that's something you should consider as well.
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird. And most days, I never even read the others.
So, these rumors. The Steambird was the one that published them?
No, not at all. They were in some second-rate fashion tabloids.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely a bit of tabloid drama isn't worth cutting off my supply.
You would think that. But this time is different. Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far as to leave a copy in front of every house. That's how I first learned of the rumors.
Oh, that's some dedication.
Every house? That means someone must have been planning this for a very long time.
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Chiori. The article was even published alongside a photo of you.
What sort of photo?
A photo of you beating up someone on the street yesterday.
Yesterday? Wait, that means...
Ucher again.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Oh, do I even want to read this drivel? Alright, let's go. Chiori Boutique, located within our good quarter Fontaine, claims to be a clothing store with a unique style. But there's another side to this tale for those who look beneath that facade. Sources in the Fortress of Maripeace say that not a few criminals have boasted of wearing Chiori Boutique's clothes. I just felt that the atmosphere in there suited me, convicted fellow Lyle say. These words met with wide approval from many of his fellow inmates. Our sources also say that a prisoner who was recently convicted of violent conduct and battery also openly supported Chiori's designs a year ago. Upon close investigation of Chiori's many suppliers, we discovered that there is something more to the discovery that criminals favor its wares. The boutique is in truth comparable to an invisible hand, like a spider's web that connects to these evildoers. Our investigations show that the Wenger family supplies the ornaments that adorn her designs, and a certain member of this household is a frequent guest at the fortress. But do birds of a feather not flock together? Not only that, but many customers have also been subject to rough treatment at Chiori. Mr. Valerian had this to say, a real brute, that one. Never mind refusing to tailor my clothes. Why, she seized her scissors and began wrecking them and threw me out the window. A clothing store? More like a thieves' lair, if you ask me. Wait, is that dude from her teaser trailer who jumped out the window? Doubtless many of me wondered why the glass that Chiori Beak often shatters was a loud crash, leaving behind a terrifying mess. Mr. Valerian's unfortunate encounter unveils the truth. Just the day before this report was going to print, another such act of brutal battery occurred on the streets. Just imagine, if you would, the scene playing out as depicted in the photo above. Chiori, her countenance terrifying as she grabs her competitor, Mr. Terror, by the scruff, making threatening gestures towards him. This incident was ultimately broken up by the guards who reached the scene. When we asked criminals why they appreciated this brand, the answer we received was that Chiori employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty. Perhaps those who purchase clothes from this establishment may be following this establishment's philosophy, prefer to liquidate with those whom they have disagreements. Is Chiori Boutique indeed a place blindly flattered by fashionistas that keep an exclusive clientele of crooks? Damn.
Behind the scenes, the true Chiori Boutique takes shape. Not a fashion house, but a house of lies. Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chiori brand employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to the evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty.
Where's Charlotte? We need her to, get on this case.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo shows you to be the clear aggressor.
But Uter harassed Chiori first. He even hired some goons to attack her courier.
Yeah, he was the one who started it, that little...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon, but it can't be helped now.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still, I've got to give your rival high marks for effort. They even dug up the fact that my father once served time in the fortress of Meripede.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud. Once tainted, it can never be washed clean. They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you. People who silence all dissent with violence.
The absurdity. I don't even know which part to laugh at the most.
Well, it's no laughing matter. Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. There's even the possibility that they're just people who happen to commit crimes after buying your clothes. But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is practically an exercise of futility. It's not something people are just going to forget about in a day or two, especially when they've found several people to back up their claims.
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider? If we go through with the show together, we can defeat them fair and square.
If I were younger, I might have said yes. But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the family business to consider now. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this, but my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't deserve to be swarmed by all that negative publicity.
I understand.
Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go. There's always next year. You just need to wait for all of this to blow over.
Oh, she's not gonna let that happen.
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll make my own choices.
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours is what's gotten you into all this trouble?
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my success?
Well, fair enough. Then I suppose all there's left to say is best of luck. As for the models, none of them wanted to be implicated in all of this either.
Understood. Take care.
So, what should we do now?
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
How could they do this? They're making things up. The boutique doesn't have anything to do with violent criminals. Can't people tell this is just a bunch of lies?
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. It's about echoing the loudest voice in the room.
And unfortunately, that's very, very true.
I should have seen it from the beginning. Uter knows me too well. Everything that happened yesterday was just a trap.
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Oh, Charlotte!
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article? Oh, just thinking about it makes Paimon's blood boil.
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine share our same sense of journalistic integrity. Miss Chiori doesn't deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about to find some people to interview so that I can write an article to refute all those claims. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who misrepresent and distort the facts.
That's great! With your help, we might be able to get some people back on our side!
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. I know she's not the kind of person that article makes her out to be. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite. Speaking of Miss Chiori, Do you know where she went? Alof told me you were all together.
She was just here. Maybe she went over there? Let's go check.
If you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before. Really? How was it? The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she regularly deals with criminals, I guess. I've got the chills just thinking about it.
Shut up.
Oh no, we've lost her. Did you hear what all those people were saying? Paimon can't believe they bought all that nonsense.
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little extreme sometimes. It's easy to use that to mislead people who don't know anything else about her.
Oh, this is all Uter's fault. Paimon would pick him up and throw him across the room too if she could. Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you? You know, so she can, finish what she started?
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori knows that too.
You've got a point. Let's just return to the boutique and see if she's there then. Elaf, we're back! Oh, who's this?
Ah, this is Miss Letitia. She's also here to see Miss Chiori.
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right? Wait, please don't say you're returning that dress too.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact, if there's anything I can do to help her out, I'd be more than willing.
Ah, so you've come across that article as well.
Yeah, you probably don't know this, but after I got engaged, I didn't think I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my
Hi,
wedding
Sunrise. Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight?
Why?
Oh, that was pretty well. We actually just finished getting through Navia's story quest, which was like short and sweet, but also very emotional. And I'm getting very emotional with this quest too. Like, the emotions I'm feeling is anger. I want to beat up Uter.
My fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot
Okay,
of
Tori,
money.
thank you for the hydrate.
After he proposed, he took me to Chiori Boutique, and we put down a custom order for a dress. He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes, and how pretty they were. Being able to wear one of her dresses to my wedding has always been my dream.
Yes, wholesomely heart-wrenching is such a perfect way to put it.
And then?
And then, something happened to the business, and we ran into major Mora problems. We were able to scrounge up enough to pay off our debts, but it left us without the funds to pay for the dress.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left of the original deposit?
Yeah.
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she asked if something happened, and I told her everything. She heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the dress, and that she'd be able to finish making it in time as well. She promised that I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my wedding day.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori to be a woman of her word.
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on. My fiancé happened to walk into the room, and when he saw me, he froze on the spot.
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to see it until the wedding day.
Well, see, that wasn't actually the issue. He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business, so as soon as he saw it, He knew for sure that it must have cost far more than what we paid.
Huh? So wait, that means...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fabric, accessories, beading, construction. It was all of the highest quality.
Aw, she's so sweet.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique. Would you mind going on the record?
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori out, I wouldn't mind at all.
I think it'd go a long
Yes,
way.
the Geo
Your
ladies.
real experience is
The
more
Geo
powerful than
queens.
all those lies combined.
Hey, Olaf! Has Chiori come back here since we left?
Huh? I thought you were all together.
Uh-oh.
Well, we were. If she didn't come back here, then do you know of any other places she could have gone?
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by the sea. Miss Chiori would always go there whenever she was upset.
In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia, and you two
I promise,
can go look for
Chiori,
Miss
I'll get you your sword after I C6 my husband. Zhongli. I want his baby to come out, but at the same time, we're like, no, actually, put it off. I need more time to get some funds ready.
Sounds good. Let's go.
I need more. I need more. All for the beautiful Geo man. All for Zhongli. I too am begging. I may or may not have enough Brios to see them. Yeah. Let's go. Wait, hold on. Let me pick these up. Whenever I come across one of these little mechanical beetles, I always make sure I grab them in the rare event that Risley gets his rerun. Hoyo really does not like cryo characters.
There you are, Chiori.
Uh-huh. How did you know where I... Alof told you, didn't she?
Yeah, it does make me cry.
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to thank you for the dress. So, you see? You don't have to be sad.
I don't think she's sad,
We'll
Paimon.
get through this together.
I think she's upset, like mad upset.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning.
Like, Hoyo, you have ice units. Why do you put them off? It's pretty high up and doesn't look like there's a lot of space. Like, because apparently Shenhe, Ganyu, I guess, like, I don't... Has Eula had her own specific, rerun recently? I don't think so. Because I think she would have only shown up in that, Chronicle Wish banner from Mondstadt. Like, goddamn, what do they have against Cryo? And then, like, spoilers for, the latest Natlin quest. Again, spoilers for the Natlin quest. Like, even though, like, all the heroes were, like, one member from each of the different clans, each of the characters matched their clan's, element except for one. And it was the Cryo clan. And it's just like, damn, like, what did Cryo do to you? Like, is it because the Saritsa is like the main villain of this game? Are we suddenly gonna get, like, when Sneznaya comes around, are all the reruns gonna be Cryo characters? Is that what's going on? Like, Okay, yeah. Like instead of Sitlali being, well, I guess Sitlali's kind of like old. But like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind that Olaroon is the hero, but it's the fact that he's Electra when his tribe is supposed to be Cryo. Yeah, all the Cryos once we get to Snezhnaya.
Don't worry. I'll catch you if you fall.
Alright, don't mind if we do.
I'm terrified this Sitlali won't have another rerun after she drops. Honestly.
Well, how does it feel?
Honestly. Like, I really like her. I need Morax to be in the next patch, but also all my primos. No, I've been hearing about what may happen in future banners. But yeah, I'll wait for that 5.2 live stream. Sitlali is my favorite next to Olaroon. Some of my favorite Natlan characters. I have to admit that Molani, Kachina, and Kneech made a really big impression on me. Like, I really like their dynamic. Really like that. I really like Sitlali and Olaroon. No, I thought Olaroon was going to be like this edgy, like emo dude, but it turns out he's just he's so soft and sweet. He's such a goddamn sweetheart. Yeah, yes, he's absolutely a dork too. I'm just like, oh my gosh, Olaroon, my sweet summer child. You know, speaking of Olaroon, like, isn't it funny that they like kind of confirmed his age? Like, I think that's the only time they've ever done that. Like, they just casually joke, oh yeah, he's in his 20s. Huh? Wait, even if it's a range, like, huh? You guys never do that. Like why is it, like, why can't you just confirm all the ages of the characters? Like, yes, even though like it might end up with like an Ask Ketchum situation where it's like, oh yeah, I'm still 16 even though the game's been going on for 4 years / we've been through several lantern rites, which are supposed to be like yearly celebrations. But like, even just like a canon age, like from when the the game started, like I'd be fine with that. Like, I don't know why they won't do it. Because honestly, as sad as it is to say, as messed up as it is to say, it's not gonna stop the weirdos. It's not gonna stop the weirdos. If you were to confirm some of the characters like as like minors. Aside from the obvious ones, it's not gonna stop the weirdos, unfortunately. But I'd very much like some canon ages. If I've got one beef with Hoyo, yes, because like there's like debates on like whether Gaming is a minor or like, you know, like, because I really like Gaming, but like I don't know his age, so I'm just like, it's like, I'm just like, you know what? I feel like he could be in his 20s. Like, yeah, it's just like, I swear, I'm like, please don't turn out to be a minor, please. Ugh. I mean, clearly, if it does end up that way, it's just like obviously no longer thinking about them that way, but like, please, I don't understand why we can't just, if that's the one beef I have with Hoyo, it's like the not giving us canon ages for characters. Like I know they said in the past like, oh, like I know they said that Sethos is like around the same age as Sino, but it's like, well, then how old are they? That this tells us they're around the same age. Like, how old are they? Especially me being like 25 is barely old enough for me personally. Yeah, it's like, how old are they? Like, it's just like at best, like you'd have to play like a guessing game, like with some of the like stuff that like with the information we do get, cause yeah, this is why I'm safe sipping. Yeah, for the old men. Yeah, when you know they old, you're good. Ugh, man. Yeah, just give us some canon ages, please. If you could, like, I mean, you already give us birthdays. You already give us birthdays in like Genshin at least. I want birthdays for Star Rail. I don't care if like you want to say, oh well, different planets have different calendars. Well, you can say it's a universal calendar. Okay. Like, ugh, you don't have to be accurate about everything. Yes, I would love some Star Rail birthdays. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be accurate. It could just be like, oh yeah, this is what their birthday would be like on our calendar. Honestly, I would love birthday messages. I love when we get birthday messages in Genshin. They're always like so cute. Not to mention, March 7th is a date that exists in Star Rail because literally that's what March names herself after. She names herself after the date. So, I mean, come on.
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless critique from fashion commentators and the media. It's just you and the beautiful scenery.
Speaking of a specific rerun, falls on the second half. It would be during his birthday, wink wonk. Well, like, if it does end up being around that time, that does give me some time. Because yeah, we're not even through the first half of this banner of 5.1, but I'm pretty sure in 5.2 we're gonna get a expansion of the map for the rest of Natlin. So I can 100% the other half of Natlin. And it seems like they're giving us rewards for exploration, so I can get some funds from that. Imagineering Theater is going to reset soon. Like, I just did Spiral Abyss. I think I'll have to redo 411 to try to get 411 3-starred. 412 isn't looking good for me this time around. But yeah, I got some time. I want his trail so bad.
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a while.
I tried Abyss for the first time ever. It's so pretty.
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive because they spoiled me as a child.
I definitely said screw Fort. No. I was starting to do it, and then I was just like, nope, I do not have the people for this. 'Cause I don't know, maybe they heard people were saying that the last one was too easy. Because the last one was actually the first time I cleared 412. Did I get any stars? No, but I cleared it. And that was achievement enough for me.
I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate. One of the servants had to physically remove me.
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined that!
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be.
Yeah, I don't like that enemy.
It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. You know the feeling?
Sorta.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago. You could say I really tried their patience.
All right, see you, Sunrise. After the ads. Also, thank you for those of you who are supporting me by watching those ads. Really supports the channel. I really appreciate it.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. Ones that weren't in line with traditional ways of doing things.
I do like these still images as well. Like, I feel like it allows them to be a little more expressive. But I know that models are capable of making these expressions. Like, I've seen, like, you know, like those fan animators. Like, they get the literal models that are used in Genshin and then they animate with them. I know these models are capable of it.
On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master. Worse, not one shop was willing to hire me. Not even to do grunt work.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those masters that my brand would one day become renowned all over Teyvat.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
Hey, the best revenge is living well.
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine, a city often referred to as the capital of arts and fashion. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small cramped room, but I was finally free to make whatever I wanted. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. As long as something was pretty, it would become popular, right? A simple concept, surely. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Least of all, fashion.
Well, I know somebody who already absolutely adored your designs to the point they dreamed of wearing one at her wedding.
Oh, you mean Letitia?
Ooh. Wait, is it that same OC from that coffee shop AU you were writing? Because I could see it. How's that going, by the way?
Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard something like that from one of my customers. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream, my work has also become someone else's.
Oh, that's totally fine, Sunrise. Like, honestly, because that's just me with, like, my whips. Like, I have so many, like, whips. Works in progress. That it's just, like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, right, I was in the middle of this. Well, I'm just gonna start something else and then leave that unfinished as well. A 3-book series planned for her, officially indie published, though. Nice, nice.
All right, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this mess.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back.
Back? It was never gone to begin with. I did say I wasn't upset, didn't I?
With a not Morix character.
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Kirara.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors so we can publish all our findings in the Steambird once we're done.
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I won't stop her either. I know where Uter's clothing factory is located. It might be a good place to start looking for some evidence.
Sounds good. We'll come with. As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year, right? So there's no need to be too upset.
You think Paimon, you think Chiori's giving up on Fashion Week this year? Oh, hell no.
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation? Find incriminating evidence or participate in Fashion Week. I'm doing both.
But your accessories! Didn't you say your designs were unusable without them?
They'll just make new designs.
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that, but to tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma and the vow I made in front of those masters. Thinking about all that, I just can't bear to take even one step back. The sea.
What did you just say, Chiori?
Ooh, we can get your accessories from the sea, right?
The sea. Seashells, coral. I've got it.
Got what?
Come, let's take a dip, shall we?
Chiori! Wait, hold up!
Dive into the sea. Let's be resourceful. Well, let me...
Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitoile? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us!
Oh my gosh. You want to get got? By all means. Nivolette is the most beautiful thing in the sea. Oh, she means accessory. Yeah.
Paimon picked all the prettiest ones in this area. Chiori, will these do?
Everything looks great. I've also collected a pretty big batch, so we should have enough.
Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got more than just the designs to worry about when we get back.
You return to the boutique with Chiori.
Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be enough time?
I should be able to make it, if I skip out on sleep.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Sounds pretty similar to one we've had with Ganyu before. I guess going after what you want means making certain sacrifices.
Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not gonna convince Paimon otherwise.
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work. All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first Fashion Week I ever participated in.
What else can we help with?
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
You got it! Wait, what did you just say?
Huh?
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first Fashion Week, I had no savings to speak of. Just a few dozen yards of fabric and a dream. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show. I used the larger pieces for the base fabric, and the smaller pieces for accessories. If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to-use accessories in the shop as well.
But you worked so hard on all these outfits!
I know, That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste. I'm not going to let them win, even if it takes everything I've ever made and more.
Okay, then. Here goes nothing.
Okay, I will try to rip them at the seams.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course, if anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the sewer.
As you should. Alright. Dismantle the clothes.
Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions.
Wait, do I actually like... Oh! Okay. Well, it's nice to see that they're turning into very nice rolls of fabric.
Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your shop?
I did. Wait, this isn't Aegis. Sorry, yeah, destruction.
Who did this? Those monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them, was it? They even sent people to wreck your shop. Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di Rosula return the favor.
Navia, please.
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, cause you see,
Boss, please go easy on us.
Huh?
Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and accessories we can get.
Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone. You can all just pretend like I didn't say anything.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's formal wear is custom tailored here.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well.
Oh, I was just about to mention that. I was like, wait, don't you get your uniform? Like, we just saw it, like, you get your uniforms from somewhere else. The Chiori doesn't do that?
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic as a uniform. That's why I didn't ask you in the first place, silly. Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the Spina, you're more of an intelligence agency than a fashion boutique.
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here. Tell me, how can the Spina be of service to you?
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work? I'll need all the help I can get if I'm going to finish these outfits over the next few days.
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. I just knew you wouldn't be intimidated into withdrawing from this year's show. When are you going to get started? I can help with sewing too.
Actually, there's something else I'd like to ask of you.
We need you to dig up some dirt on Uter.
Ask away. I'm all ears.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as well.
Gladly.
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet?
Oh! What happened to the boutique? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front page of the Steambird tomorrow.
Not this again.
Yeah, intimidate Chiori, that's a laugh.
What should we do about these clothes everywhere? Need any help?
Sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color. Oh, and don't forget to remove any accessories and put them to the side.
That sounds pretty straightforward. I'll help too.
Alright. Linny and Lynette, let's go. We haven't seen these guys in a little while. Here's for Linny and Lynette. Okay. On the other side of town. Haven't seen these twins in a little while. Ah, right, we're going to their house.
Lenny, Lynette! Great, you're both here.
Oh, who else is a cryo who hasn't been on banner? Oh, Kaya. But I know Kaya, Amber, and Lisa, you can only pull them on standard. They're never on a limited banner, and I hate that.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
Charlotte,
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find Miss Chiori. She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances. The time has come, it seems, for us to return the favor.
Oh, perfect! She was the one who sent us!
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help. Just say the word and we'll take care of it.
Okay, so it's like this.
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
Paimon's glad to hear it! Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Uterra's been doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days. We can check in with her again once she's done with all the new designs.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it? Will she be able to make the deadline?
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Uterra fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of public opinion. She said that it'd be like,
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second?
Yeah, something like that.
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision. We'll go make some preparations. See you at the venue in 2 days.
All right, we're counting on you. Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said and meet up with her at Uterra's factory in 2 days. We'll gather the evidence then. Oh, Paimon sure hopes she won't have a hard time making all those new outfits for the show.
I'm guessing we're gonna have to use a good old time lapse. Yep, old man time lapse. Oh, not settings, not settings. Aw, sweet! Right before midnight, so it'll count as 2 days. Yes, perfect timing. Yes.
Oh, you're here.
Chiori! How are the new outfits coming along? You look kinda tired.
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to Eilov. We should be able to make tonight's show.
Wow, that's cutting it real close. Are you sure she'll be okay without you?
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front. With the fashion show scheduled for tonight, Uter has closed his factory. This is our only chance to secure any incriminating evidence.
Okay, Paimon totally gets that this is all his fault and he totally deserves it, but wouldn't we technically be trespassing on his property if we just barge in like this?
His factory is usually open to the public. It may not be open for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can't stop by for a tour. We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Well, when you put it that way...
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there. Let's hurry up and get moving.
Why would he open a factory over there?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volumes. I don't know. Maybe the rent here is cheap.
Alright. Ooh, it's really creepy. Paimon would never choose to buy anything from a place like that.
You make a good point. Let's all be on our guard.
Well then, let's find some incriminating evidence and get this dude shut down. Oh, what the hell? There's all this space?
There really is nobody here.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please follow me, dear guests.
Okay.
First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Otero seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please.
Okay.
These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Ah! Why is it moving?
Was this a trap as well? I wonder.
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
It seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Making sure there's nothing else for me to grab. Okay. Oh. Sewage water.
Look out! There are guards here!
Speaking of, what the Chiori is this? Oh, this is a C3? Yeah, noblesse. Triple crowned?
I'm going in!
Shadow the past. Mind to command. Target acquired.
Oh, Peach, get from behind the boxes, please. Oh. I don't think that's what they intended for me to do, but...
This place is filthy! Are the clothes from Uter's shop seriously made here?
Oh, I didn't realize you had Knight and his... Yes, I do, Sunrise. I pulled for Knight, Raiden, and Knight's weapon. I used 200 wishes. I didn't get Knight's weapon initially. It took a little bit after that 200 pull session. But during that pull session, I got Raiden, then I got Chi-Chi, then I got Knight, then I got a 5-star bow. And then sometime later, I got Knight's weapon. So I got like, it's an average of a 5-star per 50 pulls. I say that's pretty good.
Look over there.
it's super nasty. Oh, Paimon can smell the stench from all the way over here.
I feel like I was peeking in because this sounds familiar. But congrats! Thank you!
And I was the one using unsafe materials, Uter?
Ah, so he was just projecting.
So he was actually the one who opened an underground factory.
He was self-reporting. Going to be me after Marx's banner. Dead broke, honestly. Honestly, I will use every last wish I have to get this man. I've wanted Zhongli since I started playing this game.
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should the clothes made here even be worn?
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading. These materials can give you skin problems if you wear them too often.
That's terrifying! Let's take some photos right away as evidence. This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. Alright, let's keep going.
Chiori's elemental skill can cause her desk forge, hold an aim to adjust. Ah, so, alright.
Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
I have 400 wishes between Star, Glitter, Primrose, and Fates. Nice! Oh, yeah! Wait, hold on. Are you going for his weapon as well? I mean, if you're just going for character, you're guaranteed at least 4 or 5 stars. If you're just going for a character, you're guaranteed at least 5 stars. Ooh, and you're on guarantee? Oh, yes. Let's go, Sunrise. I hope he comes home at low pity. Because you know, honestly, I really hope he comes home low pity for me as well. Like I'm on the 50-50 and I'm at 0 pity right now. But I will be making a Zhongli shrine for the occasion, and I hope that pleases him enough to come home.
What's going on? Our way in's been blocked.
He wants to trap us in this factory.
Seems like he knew we'd be coming.
Me too, because I'm trying for as many constellations as I can.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because we used to be partners.
Oh. Oh, the tea just got hotter.
But you're practically at each other's throats. Now you're telling us you used to work together?
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. We shared the same goal, so we decided to work together.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my friends has personally contributed to the eventual shrine. Yes, crossing fingers and toes for the both of us. Zhongli will come home. Low pity. No 50-50s will be lost.
In the beginning,
manifesting.
We both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd and shatter tradition. The kind of clothes that would turn heads and leave people in awe.
Yes, Chiori is that friend I was talking about who has personally contributed. I swear, like one of these days I'm gonna, like, if this is before the beta, I feel like I'll see her again and then like she'll drop some more Zhongli merch into my hands, like, huh? I'll threaten him using Navia and Liu. You know what I could also do? I could do something similar like I did for Xiao. Like every time I pulled, I made a fresh batch of almond tofu for Xiao as I stood at the balcony where I first met him. I could bring Xiao and make his signature dish. And you know, like I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you, Zhongli.
But with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uter's confidence disappeared little by little. Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make the designs we always dreamed of. And
let's bring all the GL and Navia for the meme.
For my part, I gambled it all and devoted everything I had to that 1 week. I came out the other side with something that really made me proud. I was nervous to present it, of course, but I knew it was my chance to show the industry what I was made of. In the end, well...
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uter gave up on his dream and turned to making this sketchy stuff.
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that. All I know is, after I opened Chiori Boutique, he's harassed me every year since.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished. A guy like that doesn't deserve your sympathy.
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
Yeah. Honestly, it seems like he's upset with himself for giving up before he could have had everything he wanted. So now that Chiori, like, stuck with it, yeah, now he's just, like, upset. He's upset he's spaghetti.
There's some control panels over there. Let's see if any of those buttons do anything. Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Speaking of Navia.
Justice is blind.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Silk. Look over there.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Hold on. Let me use her skill. If it'll just, you know, reset.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Oh.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Okay. Navia carries me in the best, no lie, honestly.
Warning. Warning.
Oh.
Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Oh, sweet. I'm assuming this is the right way.
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Warning.
Uh-oh.
Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown
Hold
procedure.
on. Is this?
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Okay. Ah.
Warning. Warning.
Understood.
Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Come on down.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Oh no. Dive in this and dirty nonsense. My teams are Navia and an entourage of Morax and the Geo crew. I really need Zhongli in my life so I can have a shield.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here. Finally, the entrance! At last!
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see. What a surprise.
Real, I'm mad at my past selves for not using him for so long.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the nasty stuff happening at your factory. You're not getting away this time, Uter.
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any intention of letting it get past these walls?
What thinks you have any way of keeping us here?
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought about using these funds for a legitimate purpose?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What? Destroying Chiori Boutique? Or continuing to make your rotten rags?
Proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A carnival of ignorance!
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself.
Going against two vision builders? Yeah.
Stop trying to cater to it. Focus on your own work, and you get to decide what fashion means.
Spare me the lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all the voices too, you know. After all, what is fashion but another form of public opinion?
You're the whole carnival here, you clown.
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal. But it's up to you to decide what it is. My brand caters to no one but myself and my vision. That's my ideal, and it's not going to change.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall, they'll understand how laughable that ideal truly is.
What's laughable here is thinking you're actually gonna stop us.
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? Your jaded understanding of the industry is the reason you've had it out for my brand for so long? You weren't like this before, Uter. What happened to the man who wanted to make something that would bring the entire world to its knees?
He realized long ago how utterly naive and ridiculous that dream was.
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't enough, was it? You had to find a way to prove to yourself that it could never have been possible at all. You think you understand, but you're just a bitter man who let his regrets dictate his choices. You regret giving up on your dream. So you stopped at nothing to prove to yourself that it wasn't the wrong choice.
Ah, got it in one.
This whole thing, Uter. It's pathetic.
Pathetic? Why don't you take a look in the mirror? You're a fool daydreaming about taking all of Tibet by storm. Well, good luck doing that when even Fontaine doesn't have a place for you anymore.
You're right. Maybe all those who pursue their dreams are fools. But more pitiful still are cowards who are too afraid to even attempt what the fool is brave enough to try.
Oh, yes, Chiori!
You...
Oh. Chiori, you go first. You've got a show to catch.
Yeah, just leave this guy to us!
No, you go instead.
But he has a gun!
And we have Chiori.
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to proceed with the plan. I'll deal with him. Some lessons are best delivered in person.
All right, stay safe. Hop off, Geo Queen.
Catch up with us soon!
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Still trying to talk tough, I see.
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this. If I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you the true meaning of the Chiori brand.
The Chiori brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chiori Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
An enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chiori brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself.
Did Chiori not...
Lights, cameras, over here, please.
Let the show begin.
Oh! Oh my...
The world may change, fashion along with it, but Chiori
Oh.
will remain the same. No challenge is too
Can I
great.
get some of these clothes, please?
Chiori caters to no one, not even the times. Rather, Chiori will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand.
Oh, pop off, queen.
Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
After the fashion show, everyone returns to Chiori Boutique. I don't know how to spell couture either, but
How about this?
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiori, can I take a picture?
yeah, I only know how to say it.
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. I figured it'd be best to put it up after the success of the show.
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Tevat without a fancy signboard of your own? The Spina's way ahead of you in that regard.
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe could use one of those.
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin cat and the Bogglecat box. Oh, and we need to add Pear as well.
Pear would need an alias, of course. How about... the Hangry Bird.
Huh? That's just a little too close to an angry bird, my guy. No, those clothes were gorgeous.
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single hat?
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and warm.
And a bit cramped.
Miss Chiori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird, along with the evidence the Traveler gathered.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite. It's on the house.
Huh? You really mean it?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have need of any costumes in the future, just drop me a note.
What about something other than a costume?
Thank you, Chiori. It's much appreciated.
Well, I don't really need anything.
Just don't be a stranger, all right?
I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international courier services from Komania Express, we're golden.
Actually, that reminds me. When will you be leaving, Kirara?
Huh? About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
Navia really enjoys her escort missions.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice too, Chiori?
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show, appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization, using weaponry in public, hosting a dangerous performance without notifying the authorities.
Chevrolet, we can explain.
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
Enjoyed that, didn't you? You nearly scared me half to death.
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me in advance next time you're planning something like that?
Oh, I really like Chevrolet. I really hope we can see more of her in the future. Like, again, I'm kind of upset that like Genshin doesn't allow you to play prior events. The ones that require co-op, I understand. I understand that. But like the main story events like past Lantern Rites. Because I feel like a lot of the newer 4-stars are introduced through these events. So and it's such a disservice to these characters that we can't experience that on our own. Like I'll have to like watch different events in the past that have been recorded by other lovely people in order to see like the very first like introduction of some of these 4-star characters, because that's how I know Chevreuse and that's how I know Gaming. The other 4-stars I know is just because like they were in the Archon quest originally. But yeah, there's a lot of 4-stars like I know like nothing about, because I'm assuming they were introduced during an event and now it's like, oh, we're like such good friends, and I'm just like, I don't know anything about you. Yeah, I would very much like for Genshin to let us like redo, like, you know, just like, you know, an archived event. Yeah, that's how I feel like about a lot of these 4-star characters, like Farazan, Layla, Shikanoing, Hazo. Let me see. I'm trying to think of like other ones. Shoot, that one made from Mondstadt. I know nothing about her, but she somehow has 2 hangout events. Yes, Noelle. Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to think of like characters that weren't in 4-star characters that weren't in the Archon quest, but were introduced later. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know anything about you, my guy. Yeah.
And if I had, would you have approved?
No, but it would have at least spared me a whole lot of anxiety.
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop in the Fleuve Sandra, and the man responsible all tied up and handed to you on a silver platter. Sounds pretty thoughtful if you ask me.
All right, I won't argue with you. You can have this one.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal for our efforts. Let's go. Spina's treat.
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of paperwork to take care of, so you all go have fun. Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Vanger on the way here. He had a message for you.
Chiori, the boss of sass, honestly.
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used pretty much every apology in the book. I'll just visit him some other day and give him a hard time about everything.
As you should.
You know him well.
Thanks again, Chevreuse.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing show.
It was gorgeous.
You don't say.
Oh, look at that face!
All right, all right. Follow me if you want in on the celebration feast. Come on, we're leaving.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late. There's something I'd like to give you.
A place with a view? Oh, Paimon knows where you mean. Sure, no problem.
Perfect. I'll be right there.
Go to the agreed location. Yeah, Pipe's very loud. I was like, oh, geez. Yeah, but I can be pretty loud too, so I guess we're birds of a feather.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right in front of everyone else?
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch!
Oh!
And in the style of Chiori boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
Oh, this feels like a badge of honor. Thank you.
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give them to you 2.
Thank you. I'll take good care of it.
You've been a great help. Even when things were looking bleak, you stayed by my side. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win, even if it was just to honor the trust that you had in me.
Well, we may have helped a little, but Paimon would say you deserve most of the credit. This result, it was all you, Chiori.
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that matters most is having friends who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. A single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chiori Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if you had anything to say about it. But, about the stuff you said at the show, you aren't worried it'll rub some people the wrong way?
Oh, who cares?
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I won't bow or scrape before any force in this world, much less any individual. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful, and there will always be people who appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about then. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes, of course. But before that, I'd like to admire the view for just a little while longer. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine, I'd say this is the loveliest by far.
Aw, I love these Geo Queens. Oh, yes, give me all that more. All those primos. Yeah. I think I'm gonna call it there. I'm not gonna raid anyone tonight. Because it's pretty late at this point. Yes, more primos for the funds. Well, yeah. I'm gonna call it here tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me on this waning night. Before we go, let me leave you guys off with... Oh, whoops, I cannot spell. This is how you know I need to stop, because I cannot spell. Let me leave you guys off with some links, socials to check me out, every place on the internet, Discord to chat with the community offline, and VODs to catch any streams you may have missed. Or maybe you want to rewatch this again, who knows? But without further ado, I'd like to thank all the chatters, the lurkers. Oh, let me shout out my good friend Kurame Arts, who raided me earlier. He's also a streamer. He does art. He was playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. He's also a small variety streamer. He's a cool dude, so be sure to check him out. Yeah. Thank you all the chatters, the lurkers, the raiders. And once more, I'd like to thank everyone for joining me on this waning night. And until I rise again, I will see you guys next time. Bye!